full of hate. He butthurts, cries, and a dark shadow falls over this troll. From the ashes of a once great fandom has risen a meme, an LOL that must be liked. We look to the airwaves for a vindicator, someone to strike fear in the dark basement of the parents who created him. The battle between fan and smark has begun. With a head on his shoulders stands the smart fan, a speaker of truths, with a voice of silence and a radio show of justice. This is Ring Rust.
Tribal Mark Cerrone, you're listening to Ring Rust. So since I don't technically have any shows to review or preview, I'm kind of left with something to, almost for lack of a better way of putting it, just to fill the time. I mean, I could just read wrestling news, or I could read some kayfabe news. A new report issued today by a political think tank reveals that the results of the American election were drastically skewed by the fact that millions of wrestling fans mistakenly cast their votes via a poll on the WWE app. Nearly 2.7 million voters actually voted for Hillary Clinton to win the American presidency in a Falls Count Anywhere match, according to the report from the Brookings Institution. Wrestling fans appear to be largely Democratic, the report reads, but not terribly clever. The report continues, the majority of these sports entertainment enthusiasts support Clinton, but only because she is the slightly less terrifying candidate in a bra and panties stipulation, unquote. Whereas the majority of the WWE app users are left-leaning, their votes, if cast correctly, would still have led to a landslide victory for President Jack Tunney. You are listening to Ring Rust Redux on Jabronology TV. Citizens of the United States of America have been slapped with a 30-day suspension after a national test of sanity revealed they are in collective violation of the United Nations mental wellness policy. For their own good, Americans will be required to stay home for the next month, banned from making any decisions requiring critical thinking, tolerance, or reason. Some experts believe the punishment is unduly harsh, since the majority of Americans did actually make the less crazy decision, but the United Nations is steadfast in its policy on numbskullery. Because this is America's first major violation of the mental wellness policy, gun laws notwithstanding, the suspension will be for only 30 days. But if the country amasses 3 strikes, which seems inevitable, likely within the next several weeks, it will be wished the best in its future endeavors and be banished from the planet Earth. The United States have also tested positive for performance-diminishing short-sightedness. So that's, wrestling jargon for, gosh, you're some dumb. I'm glad I'm on this side of the Canadian-U.S. border. The after effects are likely to take a little bit longer to reach me. But man, such a glow of, fallout from your side from your part of the North American continent.
This is the Great Cat Guitar Shredder! On Newfoundland's only alternative radio station, CHMO FM 93.5! Shredder!
That's just me, though. So this is Tribal Mark Cerrone. You are listening to Ring Rust. Following a shocking election in which a fluorescent orange flim-flam man was voted to be the world's most powerful office, approximately 60 million Americans have been added. You know what? You're on the list! They've been added to the list of Jericho. Professional wrestler Chris Jericho has been furiously scrawling names of voters from Arthur Aaron of Alabama to Zeke Zinder of Wyoming on his ever-growing list of people who have committed egregious offenses against him and the world. The Canadian-born Jericho, along with his fellow Canuck and bestie Kevin Owens, issued a joint statement this morning insisting the American public has finally lost it. The downfall of the American empire, drink it in, man, said Jericho. He added that under its preposterous new president, the United States is a stupid idiocracy that will never, never be the same again. You're listening to Ring Rust REDUX on Gerbernology TV. Radio C, Radio Do. Yeah, this is Fanboy Mark Jabroni. You're listening to Ring Rust. The public head shaving of Hillary Clinton, a stipulation set during the vitriolic American presidential campaign, is scheduled to unfold tonight at the base of the Washington Monument. The shaving, which will be broadcast live on the WWE Network, will be conducted by President-elect Donald Trump, who appeared laughing maniacally at a press conference this morning while brandishing a set of solid gold hair clippers. Crooked Hillary is going to be balder than King Kong Bundy, Trump said, while his supporters fired their handguns into the air in celebration. So bald, so bald. What a nasty bald woman. Unquote. Trump is an experienced barber, having shorn the head of WWE head honcho Vince McMahon, and having shorn away any shred of America's credibility on the world stage. Following the folliculation of Clinton's scalp, Trump is expected to fire the Mexicools out of a cannon and launch an international manhunt for Muhammad Hassan. You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbernology TV. This is Fanboy Mark Jabroni. You are listening to Ring Rust. The world is in shock today after the United States of America, long considered a brash but lovable babyface, made a dramatic heel turn this past election night. After a decades-long run as a shining bastion of freedom and equality, America pulled the ultimate swerve with a heel turn fueled by anger, racism, misogyny, and a penchant for shouting. It is expected that America's push as a top heel will last 4 years, or until America is suspended for a mental wellness policy violation, which seems inevitable, which I've already reported on. So, this is dated news. I need to post an angry blog. As I push my glasses up. So, although America's heel turn has just begun, some pundits are expecting the country to establish its new identity with some classic heel moves, including sticking the Canadian flag up its nose, mocking the sports teams of other countries, nuking other countries when the United Nations' back is turned, and using illegal foreign objects to pummel illegal foreign immigrants. The mouthpiece of America's heel turn, an orange balloon topped with cotton candy and filled with hot air, said last night, "It's a new world order, brother, and we are taking over." You're listening to Ring Rust Redux on Gerbernology TV. World Wrestling Entertainment has officially won the so-called Tuesday Night Wars since the American government canceled its presidential election in acknowledgement that it wouldn't draw sufficient ratings when competing against WWE SmackDown Live. Whereas SmackDown will air at its original time slot, the scheduled election has been indefinitely postponed, according to CNN. According to sources within both the Democratic and Republican campaigns, the cancellation of the election was deemed both best for business and best for America. Hillary and I talked about it, and we agreed that we just can't compete with Becky Lynch versus Alexa Bliss, tweeted Republican candidate Donald Trump. We both concede defeat, and we mutually recommend Vincent K. McMahon as the next president of the United States. So much wrong with that article. That, and it's, of course, fake, of course, but, they didn't cancel the elections, unfortunately. Oh, well. At least that's from an alternate reality where SmackDown is a better show than the presidential elections. Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkJabroni. And subscribe to Gerbernology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkjabroni.
This is 93.5 CHMR FM.
in your votes for the Ring Rust year-end Top 50 Countdown, where I run down my favorite and your favorite wrestling-related songs and wrestling industry themes from 50 all the way to number 1. Just like CHMR's Ring Rust on Facebook, and post your vote in the appropriate thread. Check it out on the last Friday of this year and the first Friday of next year. By some incredible space-time paradox, Randy Savage should ever be able to fight himself, he'd win. Period. And the Macho Man doesn't step on toes, he steps on necks. This is Fabio Mark Chabroni. You're listening to Ring Rust. Fans of professional wrestling are abuzz this week with the news that Tuesday's episode of WWE SmackDown Live will feature the return of The Undertaker, who will now be portrayed by Baron Corbin. Although the role has been adequately played for more than 2 decades by Mark Calloway, WWE brass reportedly feel it is time to refresh the character with portrayal by a younger performer. Corbin was chosen for the role thanks to his resemblance to the 1990s era Undertaker. Large stature, long albeit thinning hair, a hodgepodge of tattoos, and cadaver-like absence of human personality. A number of other sports entertainers were reportedly considered for the role, including Brian Lee, who portrayed fake Undertaker in 1994, Luke Harper, who has been looking for an excuse to shave, and Adam Rose, who unsuccessfully pitched the Thundertaker gimmick. For his debut match as The Undertaker, Corbin is expected to square off at WrestleMania against the most fearsome competitor in the sport today, James Ellsworth.
That's it. The healing rays of the sun in his face.
When I was a kid, if someone brandished a shrink gun, he'd get a little bit of respect.
A capacity crowd at the World Chess Championships chanted Holy Shogi today after Russian Grandmaster Gary Butvinnik hurled American wunderkind Robbie Fleischman through a Spanish commentary table. The table was left in splinters as Butvinnik, a nefarious heel known for illegal castling when the adjudicator is distracted, performed his signature move, the gut-wrench checkmate, on the stunned Fleischman. The attack came after Fleischman telegraphed a double underhook queen flash, allowing Butvinnik to check his king with 2 crisscrossing bishops, having castled the queenside, a popular high spot in chess. Chess fans worldwide had expected Fleischman to turn heel at the event, given that his babyface push was dampened by a recent wellness policy violation, but World Chess Entertainment, otherwise known as WCE, bookers seem determined to give him a babyface sympathy with an injury angle. The table-shattering attack is expected to lead to a no-captures-barred showdown at Chessamania this spring, where, of course, manning the shogi commentating table for Japan will be SmackDown's #1 announcer, the main show from Tokyo, Shoichi Funaki.
This is the Great Cat Guitar Show! Slamming Wrestling News Radio on Ring Rust, CHMR 93.5 FM.
If you want to put in your vote for the Ring Rust Top 50 year-end countdown, by all means, pop on over to the CHMR's Ring Rust Facebook page, click on like if you haven't already, and it's the pinned post. All you got to do is go in there and comment down there as to what you want to hear. I've already got 2 videos posted there. I got the Korn's Word Up for Kevin Steen, also right now known as Kevin Owens in WWE, and I got the reincarnation of Benjamin Briege, whatever, from Iron Maiden, as used by Lufisto on the independent circuit. So I got a couple there, not conventional. It's like, oh, well, what about Cult Personality or Real American? Yeah, you can vote for those. They're wrestling songs. Vote for them if you want to vote for them. Go ahead, knock yourself out. I want to hear stunning Steve Austin's WCW theme. Okay, vote for it. I'm not gonna stop you. Like me on Facebook, tinyurl.com/ringrust. Follow me on Twitter @MarkJabroni. And subscribe to Jabronology TV, youtube.com/fanboymarkjabroni. Professional wrestling tag team Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy, the self-described Casanovas of Cacerolas, delighted a crowd of 15,000 fans tonight by spewing a random hodgepodge of nonsense very, very loudly. Yo, in da boom, ya say it been the babbin' bro, hollered Cassidy, while his pint-sized partner skittered about the ring like a disoriented squirrel. Well, if it ain't we who ya be, who the bombest, damn dem ya downa take a ride upside the downstairs of sideways flappy slappy mama jama, unquote. Amore then grabbed a microphone, tilted his head quizzically to the side, and began hollering, if you G done by down, you can't teach the bada boom at the Lady Lump show, unquote. Amore nearly said something intelligible about himself and Cass being the most real people in the room, but used the grammatically incorrect term realist. Amore then began one of his signature insults, with the crowd chanting along letter by letter, describing his opponent as delicate, but misspelling it Dellakit. Man, those guys, they're just a bunch of stupid idiots. That's it for another show, kiddies. Check me out on Facebook, where you can keep track of all the news that's right on the mark, from around ringside to the latest concerts. See you at the shows. Later days.
This is 93.5 CHMR FM.